Hi guys, how are you? This is Pano. I finally have a video for you guys. Don't worry, I'm still good. Still around, kicking. Still hunting like how I used to be. Just don't make so many videos anymore. What I want to talk to you guys today about is the North Wind knife design that we did a few years back, and I've been using this knife since then. So the original knife that I designed and I gave the measurements to William, it was this one. This is what I envisioned as to be as one knife to do everything. Distal tapered, Scandi, very pronounced tooth, and going into distal taper, like flat grind in the front. Extended pommel. Handle doesn't matter as long as it's G10 or micarta. You need one of those two handles. So that was the knife. The measurements of the knife is exactly, as I said to the previous video, is exactly measurements that I know is exactly what's needed to where that tooth needs to be very functional for disassembling joints on the large animals or whittling, which I'm going to demonstrate later. So it started with this. So William made me the one I requested, right? And then he added his spin on this one, which is on a saber grind. Still has deer hair and blood, and I've used it so much. Anyway, he made this one in a saber grind. And of course, when William says, I made this, try it. Of course, I have to try it. So he made it. It's the same almost with a saber grind, okay? And I've been testing both of these knives very, like that's the only knives I've used. And I usually don't do that because I like to switch knives, but I just wanted to up my skill level on a 6-inch blade, right? And why would you want to up your skill level on a 6-inch blade is because what a big knife can do, a little knife can't do, okay? But what a little knife can do, the big knife can also do, right? Because we said you could choke on it. And believe it or not, the writing on the knife here assists you a lot, giving you grip and friction to hold the knife better, right? In case you need to go that close. But trust me, after you start using this for about a few months, that's the closest you want to go, because then you develop the skill with your finger and having the large blade that you don't really need to choke that much unless it's very delicate work. It pretty feels awkward to me if I don't have a big blade anymore. Like I need since the Northern Woodsman knife days, I need a bigger blade. But with this, I purposely will not be switching to a smaller one. So about 2-3 weeks now, I'll show it so you see. William came up with the final design. He tells me I switched the knife a bit. I'm ready for public. I want you to try it. So what William did now, compared to this one, I'm going to put them on the table just so you see and you understand what he did. So he says, that's the original, right? He says he switched it. So what he did is he made the blade coming up just like how almost the Sportsman is. And he put more width on the front of the knife. Okay, you see right here? This is wider. And when I first seen it, first thing I thought about is this knife is the best looking knife I've ever seen in my entire 44 years life. I fell in love with it, of the way this blade looks. So all I needed to make sure, besides we have the looks now, how William changed it for my design. He added his own touches on this knife. And I'm like, okay, I need to try this now. What's happening with the changes? Like, how is gonna affect the knife? So what those changes did is they made the belly more functional, because now your hand is here. The belly is more functional as a belly when you're skinning or when you're cutting. Okay, Ranger, you need to get out of here. When you're cutting, and also the tooth is way more. It changed the tooth in a way, because now this tooth is more forward, this one is more back. So even though it's now more pronounced, with the angle from the handle that the blade went up is more pronounced. It feels like it's more pronounced. And man, look at this blade. Like, seriously. Tell me if you've ever seen a knife like this. So, anyways, now, when I got this, it wasn't much of a learning curve for me from the previous one. Okay, it was just more functional. It is way more functional, and I'm very glad he thought about doing that. This is why William is one of the best, if not the best, knife maker, because he comes up with stuff like this, right? So, heads up, it's gonna be a long video. Okay. Anyway, so the way this is now, right? Let's figure out a good angle. So the way this is now, I can easily go in to carve balls with a tooth, okay? Controllable, like very control, right? So you carve this way, okay? And then you carve this way, right? It's a large blade. You need to handle, you see? I don't know if you guys can see, okay? And you can carve in with the tooth, right? So also the way this with the large blade now, oh, you're not gonna carve a spoon with this panel. Why not? If you practice to use it, if you practice to use this, you could do anything. I don't need a smaller blade. I don't need any other knife, to be honest, with this knife. Like, I can do anything with it. So you could carve your spoons. See, I'm not even choking, I'm back. I'm just using my thumb for assist there. And I'm doing my push cuts. Okay, like this. Very comfortable. Now, if I want to cut this way, you don't put your finger in front of the blade. So you switch, you go behind, and you carve this way, right? You carve like this. You carve like this. So you're using this portion of the blade, right? Right here. You gotta go, buddy. So now, how the tooth is, the tooth will give you the best in any other WC knife curls, mini curls like this. Easy. Well, WC knife that doesn't have such a pronounced tooth, right? So you go like this, and you can do very control cut when you're carving. And people that done carving, you know that if you go straight on the same with the grain, you're gonna cut deep, and the cut is not gonna be smooth. You need to cut on the side, right? Like this. So with the tooth, it does it by itself. Even though I go straight down, this cut's curved because of the tooth. It cuts a curve like that, right? Again, push cuts. Now we're choking. We have our thumb here to hold, our finger here to hold. The rest is here. And we're working our blade nice and smooth. Like this. Very, very, very controllable knife to work with. Because you're really, when you're carving, you're working with this much. So pretend this is your knife. It's right here. This is the knife you're using. You see? That's it. Because it has such a perfect balance. See, the balance is not even here. Look, it falls back on the handle. The balance is right exactly. I can't even put my finger where the balance is because the balance is right here. It's right exactly center. Beyond center. It's the most accurate center knife I have. How center he really did the weight of this knife. I seriously don't feel the weight. I just enjoy my different curves and angles of this blade without having each way pushing the blade any way, any direction. Because I just put it exactly where I want and I curve. I totally enjoy this portion of the knife. Okay, this portion of the knife right here. I totally enjoy it for any woodworking, even as a draw knife. It's literally the best draw knife. Look at my hand. I have exactly 2 inches here, as I requested, of a flat cut. To when I want to plane something straight, it's so easy and comfortable, right? It's like this. My hand fits nice. My hands are very large, like they're extra large gloves. Very comfortable. You can use it as a draw knife this way. And you can plane something completely flat, okay? You just hold it somewhere and you go like this and you would plane it completely flat, like this, okay? No curve here. My curves are here to do all the cuts, okay? So that aspect, this knife is one of my best bushcraft knives. Now, what the bushcraft knife doesn't have is a large, high, super high saber grind that helps me cut meat and do the angle, okay? I'm using the knife like this. So I have a flat surface here. I have a flat surface to when I'm cutting, okay? When I'm doing my kitchen prep and everything, okay? I have my belly for skinning. You cannot skin good if you don't have a belly like this. And the more belly you have, okay? Let's ask somebody that skinned a lot of animals. Me. The belly, this belly, that angle is the most ideal. I don't like when it has the angle and then it goes straight. I like to have always continuous belly. Because if I get a little bit dull somewhere, I just switch my angle a little bit and I have a fresh edge. And I don't even notice actually. Because it's not going to be going on the same edge. As the different curves occur on the animal as you're skinning, okay, it's going to be cutting with a different spot every time, okay, somewhere different, a little bit different. So believe it or not, it's going to last longer skinning, having a continuous round. And of course, having a round like this, it's also very, very good to do woodwork like this, right? I can use the round end, I can use my flat end, okay? I'm not limited to one choice here. This is why I can carve so many different things with this knife, because I have my Scandi flat choice. I can hog wood with Scandi way more than any saber, okay? And then I have the saber for more control cut, or I can do whatever I want. I can do anything I want with this blade because I have options. That, not just options, perfect options. And all you gotta do is get used to using a 6-inch blade instead of your typical that you guys like 4, 3.5. It's just a little bit longer. And why do you want to do that? Because with a 6-inch blade, okay, if you stab any animal with this, okay, if you stab anything with this for self-defense, it's total different because it would fit right through both lungs. It would collapse both lungs, the 6-inch will collapse both lungs completely. He will not even able to take a single breath, pretty much, because you're gonna put I've done it. You're gonna put your knife in the side through the ribs, and you're gonna twist it, and the lungs are gonna collapse. And as soon as you twist, air is gonna go in and blood, and it's total dead. Like it's 6 inches is the absolute ideal for that situation. And this is why we went with it. And this is why you need to practice to be carrying a 6-inch blade. Okay? Just think about this, you getting used to using this blade, okay? And your liberal friends see you using this and they'll be like, this guy's conservative 100%. You know what I mean? Like, this is 100% woodsman knife. And being a 3/16, blade, it has the weight on it, very balanced weight, but you have the weight. So when you need to chop, okay, it's like a little hatchet. Look at it. Look at it. Okay? It's like a little mini axe. You can do whatever you want. Okay? You can carve a spoon. You can use it as like an axe. Due to the way the sweep is up, it even axes better, because you can have more axes on your when you just want to remove wood. You got access on your tooth. See? Not even hitting hard. Look. You cannot do that with a 4-inch blade. All right? The way this chops, you cannot do it with a 4-inch blade. Now, having this blade again, okay? Having this blade in 3V now. What do we achieve ABL and 3V, okay? What's the difference between ABL and 3V? All right, I'll tell you. With this, I've quartered a moose, okay? I can do with ABL, which you cannot do it with any other knife, okay? Don't even think of doing it with any other knife than WC knives, okay? You'll be there sharpening like crazy. I can do, and I can quarter, skin the torso, remove the head, take all the meat out. Not 85 to 90%, I can do it with this without sharpening, okay? That's ABL. I just need to touch her up towards the last leg. I push hard, and I don't want to be pushing hard, okay? So I just lick it, 15, 20 seconds. I give it a touch, and then I can go again, okay? With this, I can do the entire moose in the field, remove all my meat, remove my quarters with 3V, and go home, touch it up. I have to, and I don't have to. I just say I have to, okay? Touch it up, and then I'll finish my 4 legs, and here I keep going. I cannot dull this knife doing bushcraft. I can't. I haven't done it. It does not dull with the 3V. Okay, to dull 3V good, you need bone, you need like something like this. See, now I need to make this as a, take the tooth out of the jawbone, right? So you need to go through the jawbone, and then see, you can do delicate work with the 6-inch blade. You just gotta get used to it. Okay, so I need to whittle pretty much the bone out of the tooth without harming the tooth, because this knife does not care enamel or not. See, when I do this stuff like this, right? Okay, watch how you do this now. You pin this like this, thumb push, very controllable, thumb push. See, I don't have to go too close. So look at my hand is. Okay. Because it's pointy, you need to find a spot to put it like this. Like that. Okay, you removed it. There's no bone attached to this tooth. Now you could drill it. You can brush it, clean it, and make a nice necklace with it. Okay. Same with this. I'm not gonna do it now. Okay, we're wasting enough time. Now, what happened to the edge? Okay, let's see what happened to the edge. I know what happened to the edge. Nothing. So if you want to do stuff like this, here's the right here. If you want to do stuff like this, get a 3V. You sharpen less, or ABL. I've done it a long time with ABL. I have no problem. It's up to you, but there is a difference. There is a difference. I explained already. There we go. If you care for it, you care for it. If you don't care for it, stay with your ABL. It's actually better rust resistance than the 3V, and call it a day. Okay. Now, the other good thing about this blade is how it feathers. Okay. So now, because we have a long blade, okay, we go up like this, we hit with our hair. Yeah, stubborn piece of wood. I need to stand up, probably. Now, okay, go in, twist. See, 3/16. Okay. Let's see how it feathers, all right? Let's see how it feathers. Let me see if you guys can see that. Let me see that, all right. Taking some big ones too. You can't only take thin. Look at the tooth. Look at the tooth. Look at the tooth. It requires zero skill. I'm not kidding. It's so quick to get there. All right? Okay. I can stay and play with this knife all day. I can process animals like... This is one of them. I never told you get this knife, okay? Any knife. For one, I'm not getting any money on this knife. Let's clear this out. I don't care if you buy it or not for money. I care for you to buy it for bragging rights. I just want you to have one of the knives I designed and see how well it is, okay? So, follow William Collins about I think it ends at the end of the month, the pre-orders. You don't want to miss out on this. Pre-order, get yours, and come back to this video and let me know how you did, okay? How you like it and what do you think about it. All right, thank you guys for watching. Stay posted on the channel. I'm gonna I have to get one more moose and I'll do it with this knife, and I can't promise you I'm gonna record it unless it's someone there doing it with me, because it's a lot of work as it is. Usually I get the moose when it's getting dark and low light conditions. I'm tired, I have a lot of work ahead of me, and the last thing I think about is making a video, okay? So I might take some pictures. I can't promise you I will have a full video. I'll try, all right? Thank you guys for watching. Stay posted. I'll post more things about this knife. and see you guys next time.